at 5 p.m. East African time. We are live now on YouTube. Inform a friend to inform a friend. It was the YouTube channel. Okulaba nti nayo tugiwa ku biseera ebimala kankyogere mu Buganda. Mariam Nakuja, I'm the ladies guide. I'm your emotional wellness guide. Nga buli lwakutaano ku ssaawa 11 twogera ku bigo ebyo. Things that money cannot buy, but what makes life worth living, the emotions. So previously tubadde tujja twogera ku nsonga zino era most of you who have been joining us mubadde mugenda muyiga nga mugenda mutegeera timbaleetera emiramwa egy'enjawulo egiyinza okubayamba okubakuza okubategeeza n'okubawa that kind of emotional wellness okuba nti obulamu bw'obutwala mu maaso weebulirire. You don't need counselors all the time. Yadde bakansula tubawa ebiseera akaseera akasinga yes bakansula tubawa time nga omuntu limusobedde naye woba olaba nga you can't afford a counselor, you can always come to the YouTube channel and click any topic you want. Mariam abenga abakubira kugamba. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from. Tubeerawo okubaweereza gamba ku munno. If it's your very first time to watch this channel, to watch this video, to join us clicking a subscribe button. Wobeera ku Facebook clicking a like, follow. Wobenga wegatta ku Mariam Nakuja, the ladies guide, every Friday at 5 p.m. East African time. So some of the products we have, nziranga, I always remind you, tulina products eziyamba omukyala okubanga weyagala emotionally, physically, you look smart, you look healthy, you look empowered, you know. Tuba n'amasaawa, handbags, perfumes, watches, ladies suits, ladies dresses, as well as beddings of all sorts of types. Okay, so if you need any product or to make someone happy or to gift someone, tekikugana kujja ku Mariam Nakuja. My number basobola okubikutuusako because the way to go now is being the online, abantu bakyagala tambula, so tekigana kujja netukuweereza anything called quality. That's what I stand for. Ladies guide books, yes, twaziwandiikira abantu bonna okuba nti bafunamu. Ladies guide books were written to help you, empower you emotionally, okuba nti abantu abakyala bategeera what it's all about when it comes to relationships. Our first copy was Ladies Guide to Fulfilling Relationships and to Happiness. Akatabo kano akaleta landmark to everybody's emotional wellness. In this book, you learn a lot of things, but most importantly, it will give you self-worth, self-confidence if you've lost it in matters of relationships. Ladies Guide to Emotional Happiness was to put together all the mistakes that you have made in life emotionally. Which way should I take? So I wrote the Ladies Guide to Emotional Happiness to empower you emotionally, to find that happiness that comes from within. Decisions of course. Okay, so emotional happiness and fulfilling relationships. When you read these two books, you will grow emotionally, you will grow inside yourself. Life you, yeah, private life. Ladies Guide Journal, we are still improving it step by step. What projects attention. So the Ladies Guide Journal is an interactive program where you interact with your own mind to find healness. Okay, abantu balime kugamba nti bakuyamba mbogenda wenyumyako mikwano gy'obaganda mungate weeswaza munange. So I would rather I taught you how to use the journal in the emotional happiness, and it's our last chapter, which is called it's called the journaling to emotional health. Okay, my last chapter ye kutwala akatabo kano okuyigiriza on how it's done. Okay, how do you journal? No ddala abantu bawona. Okay, so most of the time when it comes to emotional wellness, bw'oteewonya inside, there's no amount of words a counselor can use. Okay, so as psychologists, we realize that the only way someone can heal is by journaling. Era buli omu mugamba wajjanga otabuddwa kugamba have you journaled? Okay, n'obwenoonye mu birowoozo byo olabe nti ofuna answers. The answers are within you. Okay, so that was the Ladies Guide Jen, where do you find these books? Aristo, Old Branches, Kampala Road, Garden City Mall, and Acacia Mall. Uganda Bookshop. If you're in any district, Masaka, Mbarara, Rira, Gulu, Luwero, all those districts, osobola osanga katabo ako mu kifo ekyo, ogenda mu major bookshop, tugezaawo nga tubidistributinga buli muntu afune amagezi ago. So if you're in the diaspora, ng'oli mitala w'amayanja nga wandyagadde okafuna naye nga toli mu Uganda, we have an ambassador in UK. She's called Nahia. We have an ambassador in the USA. She's called Juliet Musurwa. We have one now in the UAE. Abali Dubai. Ezo zonna ensi eziri mu UAE. We have Allen Namayanja. Oba oyagala contact z'abantu abo, please come to my inbox on my number. Ungambe Mariam, I'm in this area. I need your book. Ugambe gende wona share their contacts with you. Bajja kutusaako wonna woli. Thank you so much. And I remind you, yes, the Ultimate Singles Convention was a success. Omukolo sigulabangako, abantu bajjula ne twongeramu n'obutebe. Okay? Ultimate Singles was an event and is a program now that is aimed at empowering all the singles world over. Okay? So Ultimate Singles Convention tried to get to take our singles in one room to interact, to, well, we learned a lot of things. That's why I made the offline for some time, because after the event, I became so busy, and then I got a lot of, that mental drain. So I needed to rest a bit for some time to refuel myself to serve you better. So Ultimate Singles Convention, Yazala Ultimate Singles Network, okay? Ultimate Singles Network is a network for purely singles, men and women. So wabere yonga you are a single, Gatolic Ultimate Singles, it's now called USINET, by the way. USINET, USI Net, okay? USI Network, okay? Ultimate Singles Network. Nti abantu bonna abali single. This is the ultimate program for you. Tewali kigenda suka kino, of which abaami abali single bantukirira n'abakyala abali single nze abamanyi. So most of the time when you join such networks, zikuyamba okwanguya decision making when it comes to matters of relationship. So Ultimate Singles Convention, which was the launch on 23rd September at the Kampala Sheraton Hotel, twabeerayo omukolo twagenda twagumala era oba wasubwa, please go to the channel type the Ultimate Singles Convention olabe ekyagenda maaso ku lunaku olwo. So the network, we are now going into the database of everything single. Era wobeera ng'oli single nga tuli ku database yaffe nkusaasidde tomanyi ky'oliko. Okay? Ultimate Singles abajja ku lunaku olwo twabaregisteringa era kati bakola database buli muntu mumanyi by name, by face, by color, by shape, by origin, by tribe, and by religion. All those things are very important when it comes to decision making in matters of relationship. So Ultimate Singles Program is our new product now as the Ladies Guide, which we shall be having every year. We shall be having an event. Every year we shall be having an event in different areas as well as different countries. Okay, so I welcome you. If you're not yet part of us, please join the Ultimate Singles Network. How do you join? WhatsApp my number 772-83-1057. WhatsApp where you're receiving abantu babagenda of Ultimate Singles Network. Okay, so once again, you're welcome and please join the network. It is the ultimate place for all singles. Actually, it's the home for all singles world over. Once again, Mariam Nabuja, I'm the Ladies Guide, your emotional wellness guide, a counseling psychologist, a life coach and relationship coach, as well as an author, as well as a businesswoman. Very passionate about human matters pertaining to love affairs. That's what we talk about every Friday at 5 p.m. East African time. We talk about those things that money cannot buy, but what makes life worth living, the emotions. Okay? So tobeereyo n'otuula n'ogaana okusoma n'ogaana okuyiga obudde ne bukuyitako ebintu n'obitandika binyumiza mikwano gyo teri no mind answer y'ebintu ebyo apart from us who are trained in such matters to give you some little judgment for you to make meaningful decisions for your life. All my students on the channel as well as Facebook, bonna kati mbaita LGs. Okay? You guys are called LGs because mukuguse kati. For the year or two I've given you, I've equipped you with all necessary tools, information. Okay, so LGs are the people who are going to move with me throughout this life journey of training, empowering, and growth emotionally. Okay, so like ladies guide students, yemwe abali ku channel, abali ku Facebook page. Okay, mukuguse muyize musobola kati okuyamba abantu abalala kubanga buli information gye mbawa full package. Oli waatula n'abuliza n'akwata notes ate asobola okugenda n'abulira omuntu omulala. So you are now my LGs. Okay, the ladies guide students. So let's dive right away into the session. Yes, the dangers of texting relationships. Obuzibu obuli mu texting. Okay, ebyo ebintu abantu bye bakozesa nga tools za communication mu mukwano, mu bufumbo, mu kwekwana, naye nga si bwe kyandibadde. Texting relationships have a way of affecting how people feel and how people interpret love affairs. Kyetugenda okwogerako olunaku olwaleero. Okay? So while technology has made it easier for everybody to connect world over, okay? Technology has come up with all technical tools, applications, social media platforms, and basically all of these use SMSs. Okay? Typing a text and trying to convey your communication to another person. Omutegeeza ky'otegeeza ne woba ddala obadde oyagalamu ogamba bigambo bya love. Okay? So texting is a way, and it has grown so well now in recent years. Before, in centuries past, even before I was born, people used not to use a lot of text messages. It was either face-to-face or a call. Okay? But when technology has made it more easier, where many people are on different networks and digital platforms, nga bwenda babagatta ku kintu kimu naye nga babagamba osobola okunyiga ka message n'obaako ky'oyogera n'ogamba waliwo amateeka agafuga SMS, the do's and the don'ts. So the intention of this session is to show you why many relationships have fallen off because of text messages, where we have created ambiguity, pseudo connection over screen conversations. People are put into the dilemma of disappearing partners, people who go mute without any communication. Oli naabula nga tagambye nti tukomyewa nate notaddamu muwuliza. Okay? Naye nga message gye wakomako okuwulira. So there is danger in using SMS to establish communication. And I'm going to show you each and every aspect where people are going wrong, okay, when it comes to communication and when it comes to using it as a tool for our communication in a relationship. So we have Facebook, Facebook Messenger, we have Instagram, we have WhatsApp, we have Imo, we have Snapchat, we have Twitter, we have name it. There are many, and most of them even I don't know them. Okay? All these applications or platforms are made to make communication easy between people. In fact, to communicate to more people at the same time with ease. However, the danger of all this is as people are communicating using texts, it either kills a relationship, it can strangle an attraction, it can lead to ambiguity in how people are interpret other people's, their intentions of why they're even writing to you. So basically, we want to look at the nitty-gritties of texting relationships and how to get rid of that mess, confusion that men who have nothing or anything to offer for a relationship are using it as a kind of tool to lie women, play them, Even some women are using it to play. Okay? So, simply, writing a message is like reading a message, actually, is like reading a book. When you read a book, the person who wrote a book was in another kind of feeling and they were trying to communicate something to you. However, even the person reading the book now puts up characters to interpret what the writer is trying to mean. So people who read the book, like 10 of them, interpret the book differently. So if someone is sending a message to you, n'ogifuna, osobola ogikyusa basing on the feelings you're having at the moment, or basing on how you want to, oba kubamu imagination ne weerimba oluusi. Osobola okuteeka relationship weetali, osobola okuteeka commitment weetali, osobola okufuula ekintu bwe kitali. Okay? Interpreting mu ngeri endala. That's why many people who want to have ambiguous relationships bakozesa text messages to keep you longer in waiting in something which is leading nowhere. Okay? And then you have to be like maybe a communist spy or a psychologist trying to decode every message someone writes to see ategeeza ki. Wanakiwandiise nga ategeeza ki. There is punctuation. There is even some of them use short forms. So all those things affect the way we relate. So many people have lost it in relationships where oli asendika message oli n'aginterpreting mu ngeri endala. Nze agiwandiise ngiwandikidde mu mwoyo mulala, naawe agisoma ogisomera mu mwoyo mulala, then tutetegeera. Then next, someone has to ask, ategeeza ki ono wano. Then many of you waste a lot of time. Ne mudda mu mboozi, ogezaako okusoma message z'abaami ategeeza ki wano, olaba kyampeereza. Then you think a lot, you know. That's why we have a lot of mental and emotional drain, especially the women. Every time you spend a lot of time reading a message, trying to interpret it, oli gy'awandiise ng'ate oluusi kibusi bwe kiri, kitegeeza obwonko bwo bwadde omulimu okutandika okudecodinga ekintu okiwa meaning. So now, do you see the difference between someone calling and someone SMSing you? That's where it gets funny. So the beginning of all unmeaningful relationships, lying, cheating, disappearing partners, people who go without it, who disappear in thin air without a single word, and then you don't know what has been going on. But you have messages. That's why it can be the dangers of texting relationships. And especially when you're in the dating realm, it's even worse. And when you go to commitment, where it's now a marital partner, and then you run your marriage on SMSs, day in, day out, it doesn't matter how busy you are, you're killing connection. You're killing that relationship that voice brings, voice and face-to-face interactions. There's a lot that voice does and face-to-face that a message never gives out. Let's talk about body languages. Okay? There is tone of voice. There is facial expression. There is the feeling, the energy you pick from someone. Ngali mu physical. Tolaba ng'omuntu ajja mu maaso go nga tannaba nakwogera nti gati agenda kulimba. Oba akulimba. Tolaba ng'omuntu ajja mu maaso nga Katonda anyiize. Nga weetaaga just ka facial expression. Mulabako bulabi okuli judgment. All that is hidden when someone is using text messages. So people who are lying, who are faking relationships, bakozesa nnyo text messages. Even people soliciting information from you, even if it's a friendship, effective friendship, someone uses messages. So when they write a message, basobola okugyamu information gy'ayagala, as in that back and forth. There is a way a message interacts with you emotionally more than voice. Okay? So the dangers of texting relationships, LGs, is it leads to that ambiguity. Texting has the good part, we shall talk about it. Texting has rules, I'll introduce that to you, but there is also danger. If you overuse it and depend on it, you lose judgment on fake relationships. Be it friendship, be it association, be it business partnerships, be it okusoma omuntu otegeera nti kati ono okiraba omuntu abuli mu face bwati. Always seek face to face. The only reason why we write text messages is to lead us to face, not to stay on screen connection. I've met a number of women, I've had a lot of messages where women are interacting with men they've never talked to on the phone. They've never heard his voice. And it's a relationship for 2 years, and they're only doing text messages. In fact, one told me it's on Facebook Messenger. You can imagine, not even WhatsApp. Messenger. A platform where you can even hardly go to to remember to look through messages. And that is how someone is dating you. So it's only on the last part when you tell them that, okay, you go and meet them physically and make the judgment. Then when you call for physical, this person keeps running away. Do you understand? Do you see how texting can keep you in relationships which are leading to nowhere? Nemubeera mu kintu awo, mu kintu ya in ya out, oli ku text messages. And that's why we are here today. So are you in a texting relationship? Nga temuva ku text okuva ku makya paka lugulu, and then people are saying they're busy. You can never be busy for someone, something and someone who is important to you. Never. And besides, even calling doesn't take long. Okay? That's why if someone writes me an SMS, I either give you a thumbs up, I give you a smile, but I never take you serious. Somebody who is serious, they call. Messages don't translate into a relationship, and we shall know why as time goes on. So in this session, which is not going to be completed today, I'm sure we shall add in another one week, you're going to learn the 7 common texting mistakes we make that kill meaningful relationship. Mubanka abazimba ekintu bwati n'oluggira mu message. No one did ekintu what, and then you change the whole realm of how someone views you in a relationship. We are going to learn the 7 simple texting rules. Yes, texting has rules you should follow. Just like love. Just like any other thing in life. Just like any application that is given to you, like WhatsApp or Instagram, no message which everyone should embrace and understand, not to be overwhelmed in this technological world where there is a lot of growth and advances for every kind of media platform where someone is writing a message and you have to decode it, to read it and then think, then you return a message. Thinking is work. That's why people have headache. Most of us are not emotionally healthy because of the mental state, where they are making your mind so busy on screen connection. The screen itself is giving off infrared rays. That's why even we are putting on glasses now, because it is too much on text messages. Next, why relationships that thrive on text messages never transition into commitment. Abantu aba depending upon those are just leading you to sexting, which we shall also talk about. But they don't translate into somebody knowing you deeper, forming an emotional connection, coming to know you, who you are, what you stand for, what you believe in, what you like or you don't like, and then they get emotionally connected to you inside. It is always on top. When you write a message, you're killing that connection. Lastly, why sexting kills attraction. When people over send texts, especially in the wee hours of the night, someone sends a message, another one replies, what are you doing now? I'm in the shower. Oh, really? Tell me, what are you going to dress up? I have a night dress. Take a pic, I see. Tata. Better you remove it. Tata. No, just go down a bit. Tata. It, before someone is already naked. They didn't begin naked. They started with the text message. And that back and forth texting now leads to sexting. Sexting is messages where people send others trying to lure them into actions of intimacy just for fun of the day, but not a relationship. So we are trying to distinguish between relating and just simply having fun. The question is, are you relating or are you simply having fun relationships? Anybody can text. Anyone can do that. But nobody can come up with a mindset of forming relationships which are leading somewhere, So the reason of this show is to save you from sexting relationships where men are now using it a lot. They're having fun. Just pick one girl from a social media platform, engage her in a conversation, because women talk a lot back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Next, she's naked. And who is benefiting? The man. Okay? So what I'm trying to show you today is to always embrace the fact that when it comes to text messages, we have rules. I'm giving you these rules today to save your life from anything that is going to put you off. Something which is going to shame you, something which is going to dupe you, something which is going to make you now the talk. You see what happens in newspapers. By the time people are put out in the newspapers, it did begin with sexting. It began with texting. Texting creates an emotional connection, a false one. Okay? Mufuna that false intimacy, by the time you give out your body, kitegeeza oba omuntu astinze naye nga amazima gali nti oba tumumanyi. Okay? That is why we are talking about this kind of social psychology. So by the end of this program, each one of you will have the social psychology of handling texting people. Those who come in text messages, faking love and affection, love you baby, miss you baby, wanna see you baby, when are we getting married on a text? And then you don't take them serious in your mind. Okay? Mugenda kutandika okwawula abantu abali serious n'abazobazanyirako. Okay? Suitors, people who are non-potentials, who don't mean what they say. Okay? Someone is texting something else and they're actually speaking otherwise. Betugenda okujjamu olwaliro, because we are now dealing with making sure that singles are laid up in a platform where they are now equipped. I told most of the members that by this time everyone knows what a fake relationship is. By the time you're on a singles platform, you must be aware and sure 100% mbawadde every kind of information. I've equipped you telling me your sakati. Okay? So kitegeeza nti obakusuulamu any ambiguous thing, it is your choice. Personally, I've done my job. Okay? So this is social psychology everybody needs. Okay? Because bali babakola bi platform bya SMS tebayongera ku bigambo bino. Bo tebabagamba kiki muyingiramu. Okay? Kitegeeza nti even right now the government is putting up rules now. You don't just send a Twitter message and then you are abusing somebody. You will end up where you say someone is just sending a tweet. They are thinking and writing and they don't even think through what they are writing. Then you send out a tweet, and then someone reads it and they show you. Okay? So messages is something very sensitive. And it should always be handled with care when you're writing it to somebody. Read, rethink, reread, send. Well, than someone talking. Talking, you're already thinking, but here you're now doing the second job of thinking through. So by the end of this session, you will understand why messages create anxiety in people. Someone receives a message and they never answer you. You get hungry. Okay? Someone blue ticks you and doesn't return a word. You get, nagged up. Okay? Someone answers your messages late, if not at all. It causes anxiety. Okay? As in, you start reading the punctuation. How long did someone take to return your message? Okay? When they're writing back to you, do they really, emotionalize? It is a real job. Okay? So when someone writes a message, it's not just reading. Okay? That's why I personally, like I said, I read, I send you an emoji. I don't really like the things. It takes a lot of mental energy. And when you send out many messages out of hunger, you become clingy, desperate, and untrusted emotionally. Omuntu oli wakusoma. Bwogeza kumweza message tata. Emirundi mingi ayo nga mpeza message nyingi. Okay? So either way, texting has some dangers, and we shall really look through how to handle this new normal of people writing messages all the time. Okay? I know many are going to disagree with me because they are used to it and they don't really care, but I'm trying to show you my other side of research and what I've come up with understanding text messages. So when it comes to physical relationships, interactions or meetings, there's those senses where someone really, can feel you through touch, smell, tone of voice, sight, even aura. The aura. Omuntu wakubeera mu maaso osobola omutunuulira n'otegeera nti Katonda azze na mirembe. N'okidduka. Naye ate ku text, there's what they call impression management. Someone can manage their impression. on how you're going to interpret them. Ngakoze text message. Kitegeeza text message omuntu abanga rehearsinze kyagenda okugamba. N'ekigambo miss you asooka kirowoozaako n'akiwandiika. Naye wano face to face oyita ne waba kyogera takirowoozaako mangu. Okay? So there is no second impression on face to face or voice. Ekigambo kati nkyogere kiyiseewo. But if I'm writing a text, I can go and edit. I re-edit and edit to fit you in how you're going to think about what I'm writing. I don't know whether you understand this. So most of my LGs is that when it comes to text messages, be very careful on how you write and send them and how you receive them. And especially when you're in a dating relationship. Bw'olaba omuntu ng'ajjidde mu messages ng'alemeddeyo tavaayo mulemedde mu messages ebbanga litambula messages tezivaawo ebbanga litambula you saying you're relating ebbanga litambula such relationships mubiramu akantu kabi there is something not clear. Okay, anybody who loves you, anybody who believes in you, want to, and anybody who is a real person, a real man, a real woman, they want to hear your voice. Okay? At again to over off, over on. But no, those are lazy people trying to hide face behind the screen. Okay? So we have the public self and we have the private self. Many people want to put the public self, that best impression of self, but we can use text messages. Yet the private self does all that the physical appearance. That's why me, I don't believe. If someone cannot see me physically, if we've taken a while longer physically, I cannot trust you. It is very difficult because the emotional connection has already died. Okay? Emotional connection can be created easily when people meet face to face or when they use voice. Text message is the third. In fact, text messages must be used when you're asking someone, maybe I've reached Ninga Mwayo get data, but not to use it as a medium of establishing emotional connection in a relationship. So all the affairs of love, con men of love, or people who come duping love to look like they are in, use that thing to play. You know, they use that testing as a communication tool to play many people, and it leaves a lot of heartbreaks. Nchiwangaddeko kubanga tuli mu introduction. Okay? So then, most of us ladies fear putting standards in our lives. Okay? But when you put up all these standards that you don't stand for texting and then etc., then all the suitors are going to run away from you and then you'll be alone. Now listen to me. Even when you put your standards down and then you get all these junks in your life, still you end up alone. Now with the heartbreak. Okay? So there's nothing wrong with having standards. And it's with the right standards. It's with like SMS. Okay? And telling a man as you start, oh well, I don't do SMS. Before. Oh, tata, oh, thank you. Well, I would prefer a face-to-face meeting or a call. I'm lazy with SMSs. If you see long messages on WhatsApp, you're heading for danger. But there was no string in palm weight. It's really danger. Because real men don't text. People of value, they have very limited time to be on text. No matter how much they love you. They prefer to see you. Okay? So only what you text messages, be very courteous and kind enough. I'm very sorry, I'm busy with reading messages. Do you mind if we meet? Or can we use a phone call? I'm available for a chat. Because the voice will establish them to commit every word they speak. Done? So it's a trick most playboys users have mastered to keep ladies available for free, non-demanding, easy to get by, and they have everything at their own terms. Olaba omuntu alemedde ku SMS mwe muwakane mugaane nze nseka buli ambakanya musekerera nze I wait for you wali mukoona nti no I've had this guy we've been on the SMS wait. It is easier for a man to dump a woman mugira mu SMS than someone who has established a face-to-face. Very easy. Because when it comes to texting, men, it is lazy. It is casual. You know? It is casual. Ng'omugona akola ekintu ng'ali idle. Era ojja kulaba nti abantu bonna abategerekeka tebatexting. Maybe you've not met any of them. They don't like long text messages. They want quick decision making, but not long texts. So Simon, what kind of person you're meeting? Who texts the whole night? Up to morning? Well then. Many women give excuses for men. Saying, oh, he has a busy job. His job is demanding. He only gets time to text me at night. You know, late night texts. They lead to ambiguous relationship. Because it creates an emotion. Ogenda kwebaka. Olunaku luggwaako. Olina kuweza mu message w'omukwano. Noddamu in love. Nawe noddamu in love. Nawe noddamu omwana mugenda deeper. On the side of a lady, it is love. On the side of a man, it is fun. So if you fall in the trap of texting relationship, you will invest a lot of valuable time analyzing messages, waiting forever for what will happen in the future. Eteeka omuntu mu hope. Oba wali osomyeko ku bbaluwa ne muwanga muwandikira amabaluwa bwe muti ekintu mukiwa future etagenda kugwa. Naye kino ekya voice kigwa mangu. If somebody is calling you, they make decisions easily. But if someone is depending on texts, awangaaza okusalawo okwo eri omukwano gwe. Ng'oli wali akusuubiza nti maaso awo n'olinda ajjira mu bbaluwa. Kubanga ebbaluwa amaze oggi. I've thought through buli kigambo kyempandiika mbeera nga ali artistic to get your attention. Kubanga bali mu drama. Like screenwriting, obanga wandika movie. Okay? So then, it keeps many of us waiting longer. Era relationships zonna ezifalinze off nga omuntu bamumalira ebiseera. Bakozesa text messages empanvu, ebbanga eddene. Oli okutegeera nti bamulimbye, kimutwalira emyaka ena. Nga bali ku text messages bwe bati. And people are using it a lot now. Actually, most of those who were ferrad in love bagira nnyo mu text messages. Ezempanvu ezitagwa eziwa essuubi eritalina batuuka n'olinda nemwewandikira gwogumira ku message kubanga wali oba ogirabako messages n'okerera essaawa zyakomye okuweereza naye ng'omulaba ali online talina kuwandiikira n'okamuddiza. It wastes a lot of time. Okay, so then for those people who are in the decision making part of your life, ng'owulira obudde bukuweddeko oli wajja n'ajjira mu ka message ng'omugamba I'm lazy with text messages, do you mind calling? Kitegeeza oba omusazeeko obudde obumu bwakuwandikirako oba ogobye ambiguity ate omufosingamu emotional connection n'ajingira lwampaka than using lazy text. So by the end of the session, you'll have rest in your mind, you'll have peace of mind. Fa abatasoma text messages ezimpanvu webaka bulungi, tuzuukuka bulungi, tetukoowa nnyo kubanga tetuwa bantu budde kukozesa mitwe gyaffe kulowooza nnyo. Oli wajjira mu laavu n'alyoka kuyira ki message kiwanvu bwekiti. Omanyi gundi yaŋŋamba kakati papa. Kisome, in fact okoma mu half, omugabe, do you mind calling me? Olawo oba anakkobera. As simple as that. Akadde katubuddeko ebyokwogera nkyalina bingi. Kandaba bwe tunaakoma. Conflicting interest. The only way to tell that somebody is in or not in is to look at the text messages zawandika n'ebikolwa bye. Many of you are receiving text messages from suitors who write, "Miss you, baby, love you so much. When shall we get married? Can we get married?" But you take 2 weeks, they disappear for months, they rarely call, ebikolwa n'ebigambo ebikwatagana. So ebigambo by'awandiika mu text messages n'ebikolwa bye, they are already conflicting. Kituyita conflicting intention. Nti intention ye teri clear already. So tuyige okwebuulira amazima nti omuntu aba alimbye aba alimbye. Bw'aba si mutuufu taba mutuufu. Don't buy time. I'm good at quick decision making. If something is any vague, I don't give time to vagueness. I end it quickly. Because I know the longer the vagueness takes, the more harder it is for you to find a solution for it. So then, when you look at the conflicting intentions, nga ebigambo by'omuntu byayogera biraga mukwano, naye nga tulaba kivaayo. Messages mpanvu, naye nga teri kirago kifulumaayo. Messages mpanvu, tewali kiraga nti mwine gye mulaga. Tekimata ngoba wandika "miss you baby, love you baby, I'm dying," all those sweet nothings don't matter. The fact is, it is not a relationship. Full stop. Check out the conflicting intentions when it comes to relating with the opposite sex. So never give your trust fully to texting relationship. Those emojis were all meant to interpret your feelings. Oli wakwandikira ka message kakyusa feelings zo. Buli ka emoji ke bateeka ku WhatsApp or all those other digital platforms was to change your feelings. Oli ne wakweza kweka kakyusa feeling. Ne wakweza nga kaseeka eriiso kakyusa feeling. Ne wakweza nga kaliko abanyo, okay? It works on our feelings. Oli abikola yali akulira ku feelings zaffe. Okay? So when people are using the same emojis to translate you into love with them by using the emojis, it's quite dangerous. So then, when it comes to texting, my dear LGs, mubiwe obudde butono nnyo. Okay? Omuntu akuba essimu omutwale serious. Omuntu aleeta text message, think twice. In the interest of time, sisobola bawa bino birina tugenda next week tujja bitunulira. We have looked at the introduction to texting in relationships, and we've looked at the dangers of texting. Next Friday, let's dive deeper into this texting thing. We are going to look at the different kinds of texts men send and how to interpret them. Mulaba we mbayambye nti akagambo "miss you baby" wakagamba ngenda kulaga kyaba ategeeza. Obirowoozo bye gwe va ku interpretation yo gy'okola mubiri gwo, kati ngenda kulaga interpretation ye. Bw'akozesa kagambo "love you lots", interpretation ye si yo. Okay? Hey, when you've just met, tomumanyi takumanyi, nagagamba "hey darling," but I mean, you're not even emotionally connected, and he's calling you darling, baby, sweetheart. They don't know you. Let's don't lie, okay? So tugenda kutunulira text messages ez'enjawulo n'engeri gy'oyinza ozinterpretingamu. Kitegeeza nti this is a standard. Sagala mugambe nti it's different on you or on someone, whether you're in China, whether you're in England, whether you're in it is the same standard. This is a psychological proven fact. Okay? Nti oli wakwandika ekigambo "miss you baby" ategeeza what? Where are you? Ategeeza kino. Okay? It's been a long time. Ategeeza kino. Okay? So we are going to save the time we waste in decoding messages. Ze baba wandiikira. Ngenda basevingira obudde. Oleme kumala budde ku people who are not suitors. Abakumalira ebiseera atayanja akulaza. Ngenda kuyamba okusalawo okutunulira ku messages n'ogamba eno njajja egino walinga. Tajja kunchamula. Next Friday, we are going to be looking at the different personalities, characters, the men. Balina n'amannya gaabwe. Kambaweko some glimpse. There is Mr. Lonely. Nga ye ali lonely. Alina ka message kakuweza. Kalaga nti ali lonely. Takwagala. Kati bw'okiira pinga love. But they are just SMSing you to tell you that affection, but inside his head, he's simply lonely. We have Mr. Lazy. They're just they're lazy. Some people are texting because they're lazy to talk, to call, to engage. Okay? We have Mr. Hookup. Somebody who just wakes up in the morning, they're in a certain city, a certain town, then they know there's someone here called Maria. You want just to hook up for a night. They will use the same messages like a man in love, and then you believe them until the next day when they're gone. After some days, that's when you know it was just a hookup. So he's called Mr. Hookup. Mr. Copy and Paste, and lastly, Mr. Just. I just like you, but not love. But whoever me, they just like you. Liking, but nothing deeper. Okay? All these ones use text messages to hook you up on a longer spree of love. Mr. Hookup, Mr. Lonely, Mr. Copy and Paste, Mr. bonna bakozesa messages ezo tujja zibalaga wiiki ewedde bonna aba twekeseko. So all those personalities tugenda balaga, they collect numbers, okay, to save for a rainy day. Olunaku lutuuka bwe lunaga kati naawe nascrollinga bw'alinaga kati ani gwe mba mpandiikira tara naweereza aka message. The intention of this session is to stop that ambiguity, to stop that desperacy that has gotten up in our life. As women, as men, we are people using text messages to lie and to misuse love. And the intention of this channel still is to stop that mess by putting clarity, light where darkness is when it comes to matters of love. So texting creates a lot of confusion, heartbreak, ambiguity, dead-end relationships, disappearing partners, unmeaningful associations, where people are not invested fully in relating with you, but they just want to have good time with you. So thank you for watching this part. And if it's your very first time to watch this, if it's your very first time to join us on the Ladies Guide Mariam Nabuja channel, please subscribe, hit that red button to get more of these notifications every time we go live every Friday. Ngenda kubeeranga ku YouTube okwanguya kuba tujja video eri aye tuzize eno ate nga ndaba it is getting a bit hectic. Okay, so we shall be doing it the other way around. Every Friday, tell a friend, we shall be live on YouTube. Okay, and then we shall be doing more uploads of videos because now we are going to develop it as our communication tool for the future. So lastly, nziramu bajjukiza the Ultimate Singles Network. Abatalina batwegattako ng'oli oli single enkuba etonnya obudde bunyogovu n'olowooza ebirowoozo mu birowoozo, please join the network. We are all singles, men and women, will be dropped in one network, and to make it easier for you to meet people with the same value. Teri kubuuza muntu nti oli single oba nedda, amaze okwogera nti oli single. Platform ntuufu we tugenda okubateeka. And if you find this information very useful to you, please give me a thumbs up, okay? And share this information to other people, your friends and family, because sharing is always caring. Togana sharing a video. Ugambako munonto wanyu. Nawudde bwogera ku text messages. Byonna bye njogeddeko mujja kubiraba. Bw'oba tonnabifuna ojja bigwako. Buli kyendeeta wano kitegeeza omuntu aba yakibuuzaako, nkiwulidde n'ekiddamu n'endyoka nkifuula show. Era nnyongera okubajjukiza nti abajja ku event ne muwandiika ebibuuzo byammwe byali bingi nnyo. Twatudde ne technical team yange ne tubirevisinga. We shall make a show on each and every question because each one who was asking for another person. Okay? So temuggwamu maanyi. We are going to answer those questions one by one. My partner texts a lot, someone told me in a question. They never call me. We've spent a lot of time. He's saying he loves me, but he never calls me, and we've not met. Kakati oyo naye muzeemu era nzizeemu abantu bangi how to interpret text messages. Thank you so much, and join us again next week, 5 p.m. East African time. I'm just learning to use this kind of platform step by step. Nga bwe mumanyi mbikwata mpola naye ntuukiriza. Yes, we shall learn little by little, okay, how to effectively use the platform. Once again, thank you so much, and see you again next week. Bye-bye.